Hey, what's up guys? It's Chris with ChrisCantu.com, the red pill on steroids. And in this video, I wanted to put together, after I've had some time to kind of sit back and see all of the developments over the past few weeks, I wanted to put a video out to accomplish two things, two main objectives with this video. One is to let the MGTOW community know that we have an infiltrator, that we have a known doxer in the community that is putting out purposely hateful content against me and my associates, those who I've gotten together with and created content with. And I want you guys to be the judge here in the court of public opinion of who you decide to trust. I believe each man should stand on their own 2 feet and not be led by any other man, but instead to make their own decisions. And then two, I want to clear the names of the people that I have worked with that have been brought into this doxing campaign as it's progressed over the last few weeks. Each video and each campaign has been more and more aggressive, and those that I have worked with, I've created content with, they're beginning to be pulled in together into this doxing campaign. And so I want to clear the names of those good men that are content producers, that are supporters of my channel, to clear their names so that, here in the court of public opinion, here in this YouTube community, that they can be absolved of any participation and we can clear the air. I'm on the front lines here. I'm one of the few that uses his real face and his real name out there to push this positive masculinity message within the MGTOW community. I'm also one of the few that talks about cryptocurrencies, and I've studied that. It's become a passion of mine. And most people out there, they believe that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are a scam. You hear that word so often. And so I think once someone's made up their mind that something is a scam or that someone is a scammer, there's really no arguing with them. They're going to believe that till their dying day. So the purpose of this video is again twofold. One, to let you know that there is a fox in the hen house, so to speak, that there is a infiltrator within our community. And then two, to clear the name of everyone that's worked with me, those that have met me in person, whether it be Ronin Man or MGTOW 101 or some of the others that I've met with online. I won't speak for them, but if you were to ask them, I'm pretty sure they would tell you that Chris was a stand-up guy. Again, I'm not going to speak for them, but I know those men that I've met in person, know that Chris comes from a good place, and I know most of you guys out there do as well. So let me jump into this. I'm going to do a screen share here and just give you a couple different aspects of this doxing campaign that's been put against me, so that we can all be smarter, we can all be more aware as we go further into 2018 and beyond. I mean, I called this out many months ago. Those of you who are watchers of my live streams, I mean, I kind of had these predictions going into 2018 that we're going to see more ramped up attacks against the MGTOW community, that they were even going to go so far as staging false flag events and say that this man, this person that did this event was a, even though he may have been patsy, they were going to say he was a MGTOW, quote unquote MGTOW. So, as we're smarter and as we're going forward, I just want to put this information out here. So I'm going to give to you some news articles. I'm going to go over a timeline of these events that have taken place, and then at the end I'm just going to give my personal opinion. So, these news articles, take them for what you will. The timeline of events is verifiable. You can go and see these videos in the corresponding comments as they're posted, or at least still posted publicly on YouTube. And then at the end, I'm going to give my personal opinion. So to not mix, the news articles with the videos and then my personal opinion, I'm going to try to separate those the best that I can. So let's get started. Here we are at Zero Hedge, and this was an article that dropped not too long ago on the 20th of January of this year, and it says Google has an actual secret speech police. a secret speech police. And that's what it really comes down to with these doxing campaigns is, you know, they're basically trying to curtail speech and more extreme speech. MGTOW could be considered extreme speech because some of those that are in this community have really harsh words for, you know, female nature and the global systems of control. So let's just read the headline quickly. More than 100 non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, and government agencies around the world help police YouTube for extremist content ranging from so-called hate speech to terrorist recruiting videos. And you know, as I drill down more closely, YouTube's Trusted Flaggers program goes back to 2012, but the program has exploded in size in recent years amid a Google push to increase regulation of content on its platforms, which followed pressure from advertisers. So again, that was the adpocalypse that happened. You know, they stopped paying for the good content that was out there that they were running ads on. They basically decided to demonetize certain channels that were quote-unquote extreme content at the beginning of 2017. So 50 of the 113 program members joined in 2017 as YouTube stepped up its content policing. YouTube Public Policy Director Juniper Downs told a Senate committee on Wednesday. So this is verifiable facts. They had a representative from YouTube come in and say 50 of the 113 program members joined last year in 2017. And so this is where it gets important for you, the MGTOW community, and also the MGTOW content producers out there. As we have seen the attacks ramped up recently, you know, I've gotten a community strike, so I'm not able to live stream on my main channel. I've subsequently set up backup channels. MGTOW 101 has had the same thing. TFM, MGTOW Expat, MGTOW Philosopher, you know, all of these content producers are getting community strikes. Some of them are just getting taken off YouTube completely. So that is why it's so important that we expose what's going on, specifically with me. You know, I'm a bit of a kamikaze. You know, I go head first into the belly of the beast. I take the most flack when I'm over the target. And if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I tend to hit the heart of the beast and speak it as I see it in the world today. So the one point I wanted to make here is the third-party groups work closely with YouTube's employees to crack down on extremist content in two ways. Downs said, and a Google spokesperson confirmed. First, they are equipped with digital tools allowing them to mass flag content for review by YouTube personnel. And then second, the partner groups act as guides to YouTube's content monitors and engineers who design the algorithm policing YouTube, but may lack the expertise needed to tackle a given subject. So again, they're working with YouTube and their content monitoring departments to say what is, you know, extremist content, what is hate speech, so to speak. You know, I had one of my videos flagged for hate speech last year called the cock carousel. You know, the cock carousel, and it had MGTOW, -MGTOW in the title, and that was flagged for hate speech. So as we've all talked about, you know, YouTube is run by a feminist woman CEO. You know, all of the social media companies, or most all of them, are headed by social justice warrior leaning executive committees and funded by, you know, if you really track it down, you know, the Facebooks, the Twitters, you know, the YouTubes, the Googles, they're all funded by the CIA at the end of the day. So their job is to steer public opinion. And when you have men like me and some of the others in this community standing up and saying, no, this is how it is, you know, we're dropping red pills on a daily basis, it's going to be considered hate speech. It's going to be considered extremist content, as we've seen in many different ways leading up to this. So furthermore, I want to, you know, this is an article just setting the stage for the rest of this video, but I want to go ahead and talk about me in particular, the doxing campaign that has been waged against me, Chris Cantu, and my channel, The Red Pill on Steroids. So On December 31st, I believe it was December 31st or December 29th, 2017, a guy by the name of Groundwork for the Metaphysics of MGTOW released a video saying that Red Pill Coin is a scam. All right, it wasn't is Red Pill Coin a scam or questions about Red Pill Coin. It was firmly Red Pill Coin is a scam. And so that started the whole doxing campaign against me because I had been helping a fellow MGTOW as well as the developers with just some basic marketing and promotion of Red Pill Coin and the ICO or initial coin offering. So that's basically when you raise money to develop the technology, and you, in exchange for raising the money, you give the investors or the contributors coins or a certain number of coins at a certain price point in order to, you know, get that, in this case Ethereum, and then basically use those funds to develop the technology in hopes that you do such a good job that it becomes a platform or a product that people use, and then those coins that you got at, let's say, 2 cents per coin, you know, go up to 10 or 20 or even $1 or $20 per coin, and thereby making a return on investment. So for those of you that aren't familiar with ICOs, they're very, very high risk. You know, even getting into Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin could be considered a high-risk investment. And so with that said, and just to kind of lay the groundwork here, as it's called, groundwork for the metaphysics of MGTOW, the groundwork here is that, you know, I only did graphic design work for the Red Pill developers and the Red Pill Coin project. I did some outreach to fellow Red Pill content producers in order to give them a portion of coins in exchange for them being, I guess, contributors or not even investors, but to be able to accept Red Pill coins. And so as of today, no one took me up on that offer. I did not receive any financial compensation from Red Pill Coin. I did some graphic design work for Twitter, for Facebook. I set up the Facebook page, and basically that's all that I basically did for Red Pill Coin and the ICO. I had my photo and my image up on their website. It's subsequently been taken down about 2 weeks ago. And you know, basically my email address was also included on the website, and I can tell you honestly, you know, whether you want to believe me or not, but not one of the contributors to the Red Pill Coin ICO has reached out to me, at least, and said, hey, this is a scam, hey, you know, you took my money, you know, because everyone, I think, that invested, they knew that it was a high risk, and they knew that the product hasn't even been built yet. It's like, you know, building a house and then laying the cement for the foundation, and then basically saying, oh, the whole house is a scam, when the foundation hasn't even been built yet. So I think with this whole doxing campaign specifically about me, they saw someone that was speaking truth to power, and they saw the Red Pill Coin as an entryway to be able to dox me and to say I'm a scammer, and, you know, I'm scamming all these people, when in reality, like, none of them invest in cryptocurrencies to begin with, and specifically none of them had invested in Red Pill Coin in particular. So as of today, no one's reached out to me and complained. Everything's going as planned with Red Pill Coin and the ICO. You know, I definitely plan on getting involved with the ICO again, or at least the project again at some point, once they've raised enough funds and are able to put forward a product. I definitely look forward, because I believe it's an exciting product, which goes back to the adpocalypse that happened last year. So I believe in it as a content producer, but I think the mistake that I made is just thinking that people were forward thinking, that they had vision and that they had the knowledge and education of cryptocurrencies that I had. So guilty as charged. You know, I look back and I should not have lent my name and image to a project, or at least done some work in the background for them. because this was a vulnerability for my brand and my known name and image. So lesson learned there. But again, this groundwork for the metaphysics of MGTOW, put out this video saying red pill coin is a scam, not asking questions, you know, not coming and reaching out to me, which, by the way, the guy that runs this channel, I actually reached out to him and asked him if he was willing to work with us back in November. So it's not like he didn't have my direct email address at this time, but this was the beginning of the doxing campaign that was waged against me. And again, they were just, you know, it was an entry point of vulnerability as far as I'm concerned. Now, a couple days later let me go and do this. So basically, a guy by the name of Misandry Today, or he's also known as DDJ, he started putting out videos right after that I appeared along with MGTOW Expat and MGTOW 101 on his New Year's Eve live stream. So backing up in terms of my relationship with DDJ or Misandry Today, whatever you want to call him, I call him Judas Goat because he was actually the one that ran with this doxing campaign. Let's back up a little bit and at least talk about my relationship with DDJ. So he first reached out to me on Twitter on the 29th of September 2017, like, hey, are you down to come on the TFM show? I was like, yes, definitely, we'll do it on Discord. And I had been on the TFM show earlier in the year, just talking about MGTOW and different subjects. And so he was like, no problem, we have a production manager feeding the cat, email him, tell him I sent you, talk about your MGTOW experience, it's your segment, they do an extended show, 5 hours, and then Human was also going to be on the show as well. You guys can go, you know, I don't know if he still has it up, but TFM's channel, and see, you know, that video where I was on the TFM show with Human, you know, talking about things. And he's like, what do you want to talk about? I was like, you know, my burning the bridges, and, you know, how can we help men? I was already planning to move overseas back in, you know, October 1st. So I was like, you know, thank you. You know, your book is next up on my Amazon list. This guy also has a book on Amazon. Just to set the foreground for what the doxing campaign against me took place, he's like, okay, man, no problem. I have a lot of respect for you. Okay, so then we had a reporter reach out to us from NBC Left Field, and he was like, hey, you know, I just had a reporter contact me. She wants to do a mini doc for you, or some. She's from Vice or some other left-wing rag about MGTOW. She wanted people who are willing to show their face on camera. I told her to speak to you. She's a hardcore feminist, be careful. And so this, if you look on my channel, I did a video about the NBC Left Field, and I did a video response to her where I talked about, you know, you needed to give me 10 Bitcoin, knowing that they wouldn't, and that was kind of my video response. So I was like, hey, good looking out, I just got her email, and then, you know, Hoffman or whatever. So I was kind of making a joke there, but so he's, yeah, be careful, she wants to follow you around, LOL. And so, you know, this guy DDJ, you know, he you know, we became kind of you know, closer through the weeks that took place. He would send me his videos as he started his channel. I was like, hey brother, thank you, we'll watch today. Hope you like my first attempt. Hey man, tell me what you think of my second video attempt. So obviously, you know, he was looking to me for guidance and for feedback on his videos. Still learning, it's a work in progress. And so he would send me his videos here on Twitter, and I was like, hey man, high production value, thanks for sharing your truth with the world, you're helping many men in their time of need. And so we're developing this bond, you know, together. You know, he would send me videos, I'd give him feedback. I wouldn't always watch them, honestly. Like, he sent me this one, Bill Mayer. I don't give a fuck about Bill Mayer, so I don't think I watched this one. He's like, hey man, trying to get you on the show tonight, you're listed as offline. And then I went ahead and jumped into the Discord, and then it's like, hey man, I hope all is well with you. Are you down to do a morning live stream on December 30th? And so this was November 21st, 2017. Just trying to give you guys the timeline of everything. Yes, I'll be in Cambodia, but I should have good internet access. Ronan Man had just been on the TFM show, so I was like, you know, I was listening to you guys this morning, you know, loving your work. And so we're building this camaraderie, you know. I'll put it on the calendar now, and I expect the show to run for an hour. We can get together and nail down subjects, basic format, a live stream. So typical kind of working in the background with each other, you know, planning out, you know, me helping him, even though I was going to be in Cambodia with Expat and Miggy, you know, helping him build his channel, because that's what I'm all about, is helping other men, keeping it positive, being positive masculinity. And you know, just as I get closer and closer, I'll go ahead and let you know the Judas Goat, the backstabber that DDJ was. And so basically, MGTOW Underground, I sent him something, I don't remember what that was about. He sent me another video. We talked about this Pat Stedman, Tofu Stedman guy that I was talking about. And so basically, he sent me this video. He's like, hey, you know, I saw that he was going to do an interview with Cuck Eli, and I was like, hey man, this Cuck Eli made a video about me, and he's announced doing a video with you soon. And this was December 22nd, and I was like, there's a lot of fuckery going on with this guy, and I believe he's a snake in the grass. I care about you and your message, and I wanted to let you know this guy is trash. I appreciate you. So you know, we don't need to go through the whole Cuck Eli thing, but you know, I was letting him know, hey, I got a bad feeling about this guy, the Rainbow Pill Cuck Eli, but I saw that DDJ was doing an interview with him, and so I wanted to give him a heads up. I didn't want him to end up like Big John, you know, where I think Big John kind of gotten taken advantage of with Cuck Eli just being another infiltrator that, you know, we've already talked about. We've already surgically dissected him and his fraud and his fuckery. But, you know, I was basically reaching out to DJ, still having that trust in him as a content producer, as a friend, you know, an online friend, I guess you could say. And he said, all good, man. What did he say? And I was like, honestly, I didn't even watch the video, but he's been talking a lot of shit about MGTOW behind the scenes, Jewel Dropper, NYC Korean. He's sponging off of MGTOW for his purple pill dating business. And then DDJ had put out a video called Power Bottom Purple Pill, and I just said my new term is Rainbow Pill. So again, just, you know, keeping the camaraderie, just saying, hey, you know, this other stuff's going on that you may not know about. That is all, brother. Just wanted to give you a heads up. There's a lot of fuckery going on with this guy. And then we kind of confirmed the date and time for the New Year's Eve stream. And he says, got it, we're there. And I was like, cool, sounds good. And then, do you have the video? Can you send me the link? And then he was like, hey, you're hanging with MGTOW 101, MGTOW Expat. They can stream with us as well if they're down. And so I sent him the video to where the Rainbow Pill was talking shit about me, and then said Cuck Lives Matters. And then, so this is important, an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. And so, you know, whether he felt trust at that point or, you know, he was kind of shady all along, you know, even he was kind of you know, saying an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. So let's just keep that in mind as we're moving forward, and I start to bring out, you know, the heavy guns of what this guy's been up to. So I was like, yeah, this guy is a fraud. I know how much work you put into your brand, and I don't want to see it tainted by this cuck. I didn't watch the video, but I saw your name in the title and just wanted to reach out. I got your back either way. It's like, that's how I treat these things. I don't look to scam people. I just want to push people forward. I want to help people wherever I can. Otherwise, you know, I was at New Year's Eve in Cambodia with you know, hanging with these guys. You know, I wouldn't have taken the time to plan and get these guys involved at 1 a.m. in the morning our time to help his channel if I didn't really feel like a camaraderie and a friendship there. And so he's like, good looking out. I'll watch it later and address it. I have a backup guest if I need to drop him. Tell everyone I said hello. And so yeah, anyway, he's confirmed his email address, and then we did the Christmas stream, and he wanted to invite TFM, which I invited him. Again, the Christmas stream, bringing him together, bringing the community together. I mean, you know, all of these videos videos and all of the subsequent results of this doxing campaign against me, basically calls me out a scammer, I'm a shill, I just want to make money off of MGTOW, you know, all these arrows that have been thrown against me, when in essence I just want to help people. I want to help men out there that are struggling. I wanted to bring our community together, both with the MGTOW Summit and with the Christmas special. And you can see that, you know, I basically brought them in for the Christmas stream. I wanted to bring TFM in as well. You know, I don't, or at least then I didn't see along the lines of division within this community. And so with this video, you know, I just want to put, again, let you guys know there's a snake in the community, just like I normally would with the rainbow pill or anyone else that came fake. And then two, I want to exonerate any of the other guys that worked with me, both for the MGTOW Global Summit, like guys like Ronin Man, Replicant Fish, Sunrise Hoodie, Angry, you know, Darius, you know, none of those guys were involved financially with me. The only thing financial is I think I donated to Darius and some of the other guys, and they've donated to me at some point. But basically that's it. There's no red pill coin involvement. You know, I wasn't trying to pull in other guys on this quote unquote scam. You know, basically I only did graphic design work for the red pill coin. And then as well as MGTOW 101, you know, I've seen a lot of videos where Chris Cantu and MGTOW 101 are a scam. They're scammers. You know, I've seen Reddit posts, I've seen videos on YouTube, I've seen things in the comment section, and you know, it just goes to show you that one person putting out videos can really influence and cause ripples along the way. And that's like the definition of doxing. You know, it's one thing to reveal someone's face or their address, but it's also another thing to make up lies about that person and then put out content, and then that snowballs into other people putting out content and other people, you know, deciding that, oh, I'm such a drug addict, I'm such a scammer. You know, basically I've been called every name in the book. I've even gotten death threats, which I'll go into in a minute. And so basically at the end of the day, you know, DDJ comes up and he's like, hey, this, you want to see something fucked up? Like this thotty on Instagram is following me. And so he, you know, he sends me this link. I'm like, whatever, dude. That's like a that's like a sex show or a cam girl advertisement. It's spam. But anyway, going back to him, he's like, anyway, hey man, let me know if you got the invite sent. Hey, can you give me the link so I can send it to my Twitter followers? I sent him the link to the Christmas special. And then I was going to have fun with Eli now that I've seen his videos. And I'm like, he is a snake. I trust you, brother. Again, you know, there's trust built up there through our communications. And I'm showing you guys this, you know, because you're going to make up your mind either way. But as we're going through this, you could see the level of trust that I had with this guy. And then he basically turned around with no communication to me whatsoever. I mean, we can kind of go through the rest of this thing. You know, we put out the Christmas stream. He says, when you do the stream, are there subjects you want to focus on? And then he put out a video after we did our Christmas stream trying to drama market. So he's talking about the rainbow pill. So he already knows about drama marketing. You know, he just wanted to quote unquote have fun with them or whatever. But anyway, wanted to chat with you about Eli. And then I don't even remember what we talked about Eli. But the last communication was on the 30th of December. So from the 30th of December, the groundworks for metaphysics, whatever, video had already been posted. And specifically on that New Year's Eve stream, you know, he did not want to talk about the whole red pill coin thing. I mean, at that time, you know, I'm thinking I don't have anything to hide. All I did was the graphic design and my name and picture was on the website. I didn't receive any investment money. I didn't even really, you know, court any contributions at that point. You know, I was really just helping in a graphic design capacity and just waiting to see what they were going to do with the next round of ICO contributions. And so, you know, again, he specifically did not want to talk about anything about that. that. And then of course we looked at the red pill coin scam video. And so basically you can see here 12/31/2017 with Chris Cantu, MGTOW 101, and Expat. Okay, cool. And so a couple days later on January 9th, this guy out of nowhere, without reaching out to me, he had my Discord, he had my Twitter, he had my email. He reaches out to, or no, he puts a video out, you know, where he uses my face, my crying face, and makes a meme out of it, and basically calls me a con artist on steroids. Again, out of nowhere, without reaching out to me. Here we had built some level of trust, and basically just turns around and begins a doxing campaign against me, where he says, you know, I was scamming people, you know, I'm a drug addict, you know, basically. Even here it's like, you guys should contact the SEC. Basically, he wanted to get me locked up. Like, this is exactly what doxing is to take someone's, do a character assassination on someone, defame them. You know, you can even see, like, in the videos, he's like doing Chris Cantu, MGTOW, ICO scam, red pill coin. You know, these things that happen are part of specific doxing campaigns. They're character assassinations. It's not just about revealing someone's identity. It's about trying to take them down. In this case, trying to get me arrested for doing what? Some graphic design work on a website. And so it continues, January 12th, the con artist on steroids, a teachable moment. So again, at no point has this guy reached out to me, asked me questions. He's just basically putting out this content, boom, boom, boom. And as each video comes out, he begins to start questioning the people that I've been associated with and start pulling them in, saying, hey, the guys in the MGTOW Summit, they're involved in the red pill coin. The guys that were on the Christmas stream, they're involved in red pill coin. The guys at you know, Miggy and Expat, they're involved in red pill coin. And so this is spreading out further and further to try to shame and try to discredit those in the MGTOW community. So I know a lot of you are pissed off about the infighting, and rightly so. Like, we should be focused on the target, because we're under attack by feminists, by the mainstream media, by all these other people. But here you have a Judas goat, a snake in the grass within our community, and you know, you can read the comments. These videos got a lot of hits. You know, he was able to drama market, because he mentioned that term earlier in our communications. He was able to drama market, get views for his channel, get people all riled up by using fancy quotes and legalese. You know, this guy is not a lawyer. He's a legal aid. All right, he's not a lawyer. He's a legal aid. And you know, just using this pseudo legalese to try to you know, shame me, attack my character, even not once reaching out to me, even though he had a relationship with me prior to that. And so finally, on the 4th video that he's put out, and then also you know, Groundwork or whatever, put out another video on the 11th. This guy put out, you know, quite a few videos, and then the last video on the 19th was a request for weaponized autism and full disclosure. So now he's asking me, after he didn't even give me the courtesy of a reach around, you know, he didn't even give me the courtesy to just ask me, hey, what's up with red pill coin? In fact, when we did the New Year's Eve stream, he specifically said we're not going to talk about red pill coin. And so I think it was a planned doxing of myself. You know, he had this plan going into the New Year's stream. He didn't want to talk about it, and then boom, 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 4 videos come out. I mean, if that isn't a doxing campaign, if that isn't going back to you know, what they're saying about these NGOs, you know, YouTube task force kind of things to curtail free speech, you know, it seems pretty obvious what this guy was doing. And so, unlike him, I'm going to give you guys some facts. I'm going to give you guys some information that has come out that ties this guy, this content producer, Misandry Today or DDJ to known doxing groups, all right? And I'm going to let you guys figure it out for yourself. You guys decide, you know, what you want about me, about him, about this quote-unquote infighting in the community. And I'm just going to put it out there because I'm right over the target with my information. You know, they're going to call me whatever they want, drug addict, you know, sex pat, fleeing the country to get it to you know, run away from the law, whatever. You know, basically they're trying to get me arrested at this point with this doxing campaign and with the call for, you know, quote unquote weaponized autism. So you guys decide, you know, are you gonna believe someone that puts their heart and their face and their good word out there, or are you gonna trust someone that has been tied to known doxing groups? So let's get into that. So what we have is Tea and Kraut's Discord server. And this is, you know, I'm not going to go through all these videos. This one's 4 hours long. But these are the types of soy boys, social justice warriors that are involved in the Tea and Kraut, or Kraut and Tea's Discord server. All right. And so you're probably asking, you know, what is the Tea and Kraut Discord server? Well, Kraut and Tea is running a secret Discord server called the Task Force with a crew consisting of various skeptic YouTubers, a science team of fanboys acting as detectives. Many of the skeptic YouTubers within the task force will be speakers at the Kilroy free speech event. Yeah, funny they say free speech. The stated goal of the server is to debunk racists, but in reality, much of the server's activity involves cult-like plotting against Kraut's enemies and collecting information they use to smear and potentially dox those enemies. All right, so it's basically what I've been going through, smearing, doxing, you know, collecting information and plotting. There's even a hit list of right-wing YouTubers and personalities, people as small as Braving Ruin and Alternative Hypothesis, all the way up to people as big as Black Pigeon Speaks, Stefan Molyneux, James Alsop, and Baked Alaska. Some of the targets do not even discuss race realism as a regular subject, and so the motivation for Kraut's crew seems to be ideological rather than academic. And so now we're going into the bigger context of not just men going their own way, but, you know, race realists, you know, I guess you could call them anti-Semitists, things like that, which I talk about the JWO. You know, I'm right over the target. I'm calling it like I see it. And so, you know, it's taken a perspective not just within MGTOW, but in the broader geopolitical perspective, and those people that are on YouTube. I mean, I guess you can consider me right-wing because I have a MAGA hat on my Twitter profile, but that's basically, you know, as far as you could call me right-wing. And so far the smears have primarily been directed at one main target, JF Gurepi, although the dossiers on alt-hype and Braving Room are updated frequently, most without out-of-context quotes and dishonest accusations. So again, this Discord server, the Kraut and Tea Discord server, is purposely meant to dox people, to create out-of-context lies and threats against people, and basically post those videos about a particular target. And so I want to share with you guys, make up your own decision, all right? I'm just giving you the information as I see it, but I've basically been made a target since the beginning of the year, and Misandry Today, DDJ, whatever you want to call him, is one of those people that's involved with this Kraut and Tea doxing community. So, you know, you're saying, Chris, what's your proof, right? Here's my proof where this is a Kraut and Tea. You can see Kraut in there, Liz, whatever, some fucking purple-haired rhinoceri. You can hear them specifically saying, calling for DDJ. She says like something management today or something. She's dumb, but they're basically saying DDJ. So let's listen.
Oh, okay. So this is this guy's shit. The mandatory today. Wait, mandatory today is the feminist lie. Okay, I got it. Thank you for the guy's thingy.
I can also get you his Discord.
Okay, she calls him mandatory today. She's some fucking dumb bitch. It's Misandry Today with The Feminist Lie, which is DDJ's book on Amazon, The Feminist Lie. So already this video was put out December 16th. So this is just a leaked recording where they're plotting to bring people in, saying, "Hey, I got this resource." You know, they're talking about ways to dox people, to develop various targets. And so, okay, that's not a big deal, right? They talked about him, but here is another video where, you know, they're basically putting out false information.
Answer. I have one major overriding point, and why this is cancer and this is bad, because the gossip, the infighting, the drama, and this is an example because they are creating enemies where enemies don't exist. They are generating enemies. Listen, this is their crew now. This is the crew that they have together, where they talk about people who I don't know, disagree with them, and then they're being secretly recording. So that's a huge drama thing. And I guess Uzalu, I've heard of him. I don't know who that is. I guess he's a turncoat now. And it's not going to stop here. It's going to keep going and going and going and going. There's going to be one person after another who comes up in their chats, who they focus on, people who disagree with them, people who turn on them. Oh, and this is something interesting as well. I think
So anyway, he's basically saying that they pick a target, they create enemies where there are no enemies before. This is a guy, Thomas Ellington, that was analyzing these leaked audio recordings, and that they may be misinformation or misdirection, but he's kind of given his take on it, which you can see I've been going through. Creating enemies where there were no enemies before. You know, this guy, Kraut and Tea, or their little internet police, are probably most likely part of this, you know, Google secret speech police, and it's just layers to the onion. And so with the final nail in the coffin, you know, I want to present to you guys a screenshot of where DDJ was in fact in one of these chat rooms. And so we can see here a screenshot of the Kraut and Tea Discord server, which I use Discord, the whole TFM crew, Grizzly, DDJ, you know, all these guys use Discord. And so you probably had to get an invite. It's probably a private Discord room where they monitor who's in and who's out and invite certain people in there. And then this is kind of the smoking gun evidence right here, is like, look, DDJ law scholar, right? So this guy's hanging out in a Discord room with Kraut, with Lizzie, whatever the fuck her name is, didn't even know this guy's name, Zeph, who's a known anti-MGTOW personality that some of you guys may be familiar with. And so this guy, DDJ, is hanging out in the Discord room, the private Discord server, with all of these guys. And so when you look back, you know, when I look back at these videos that came out, what they're trying to do to cause this infighting, to cause this, you know, picking sides in the MGTOW community, it's my duty to bring this information to you guys so that you make your own judgments. You know, I'm not going to go back to this guy after he's accused me, because clearly I'm a target at this point. Clearly I have a bullseye painted on my back that they're trying to character assassinate me and bring down my channel with the community strikes, with the mass flagging tools. They brought down MGTOW Expats channel. They're bringing down MGTOW Mindframes channel, just one after the other. And so I want to put this information out there for you guys, again, to let you know that there's a snake in the grass, and then two, just to exonerate, like, the guys that I've worked with. You know, they had no financial dealings with me. We've all just been trying to help the audience out there, the guys that need this message of positive masculinity and, you know, the MGTOW community. And so I've waited a few weeks. I wanted to make sure that I had all of the information before I just went and did a response. And in fact, I already did a response for the red pill coin. I've taken that offline for the time being, but I wanted to put this information out there for you guys to just look. I mean, it's got the same logo that he uses. It's got the same, you know, he uses the same name, the fake name, DDJ. And so I want you guys to make your own decision. Is this guy who's been caught in the doxing server, you know, part of this whole doxing community that's going after different targets that they don't agree with? You know, that's for you guys to decide. I'm not going to try to, you know, not give you any facts to back up things. I'm not going to give you, you know, not give you the broader perspective. It's up for you guys to decide, you know, just like it's up for you guys to say, you know, what is a good investment and what is not a good investment. You know, I hear a lot of this word scam thrown around in the crypto community. And one, it's by people that didn't even invest in cryptocurrencies to begin with. So it's like, you know, it's just another scam. Everything's a scam. But number two, you know, the things that have been thrown against me have been pretty harsh. You know, it's all good because I know that it comes with the territory, you know, putting your face out there, putting your name out there and going hard. Like this is what comes with the territory. But I'll just leave you with this, guys, in my own personal opinion. This has created death threats against me and my person. Not only are the calls for imprisonment, there's also been death threats against me. This guy, John Wick, he basically says, you are a dead man, you scam. Fuck you, man. Watch your back. And then this was on MGTOW Mindframes, one of his videos. And basically this guy, John Wick, so if you see a user by the name of John Wick, he says, death to you, motherfucker. You are going to get a few bullets in your fucking face. And so this is what this doxing community, by putting out lies, by making me a target, and picking out the vulnerability of Red Pill Coin, has influenced different troll accounts to come out and do personal death threats against me and my person. So, you know, I owe it to you guys to tell you what's going on in the background, to plead my side of the case, and just let you know that this guy's been caught red-handed. You know, if someone were to come in and shoot me in the back of the head, like, the blood would be on his hands for creating these lies, creating these stories, these out of context, you know, allegations, and then basically driving some crazy guy out there to come and try to find me and shoot me and assassinate me. So that's what I'm dealing with on this end, guys. You know, I owe it to the people that I've associated with to clear their names. They have nothing to do with this, whether you're, you know, Howard Dare, Darius, MGTOW Mindframe, Replicant Fish, Sunrise Hoodie, Ronin Man, Miggy, Expat, you know, all the guys that I've tried to pump up within this community. You know, I don't have any financial dealings with them whatsoever. I just want to push this message forward, push this philosophy forward, and help the men out there that are struggling, just like I was struggling. And so we have a snake in the grass. You guys make up your own mind, you know, with what the information that I provided, and do your own research. Like I'll put a link below to the whole, like, Kraut and Tea, you know, all the archives that they've leaked, all the audio recordings. If you guys want to go through those, scrub those, just to see, you know, get more context, feel free. But, you know, basically I'm getting death threats here. I'm going to continue the message. This is going to be the last time you guys hear about this. I'm going to continue the daily live streams on my Chris Cantu Reloaded channel until I get this community strike removed on my main channel. God willing, I won't get another strike and won't be taken off the air on my main channel. But I'm committed to the death with this, guys. I mean, I made a decision when I was doing that Burning the Bridges video that I was going to go all the way with this, that I was truly going to burn those bridges and speak the truth and go hard as possible. So, you know, it just so happens things, you know, the fireworks got kicked off early in the year. This guy's obviously a rat. You know, he's a shill, he's a rat, he's a snake, he's a Judas goat, whatever name that you want to call him, that's what I call him. And so you guys be the judge out there. You guys are smart men. You know how this goes, and you knew that we were going to be attacked from all sides, even from within. So I'll leave you guys with that. I appreciate you taking the time. This is a little bit of a long video, but I'll go ahead and leave the links below to the Kraut and Tea archives, to the screenshot where this guy was caught in the Discord server, and I'll basically leave a link to my backup channel where I'll be doing live streams most of the time at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every day. So I appreciate your guys' support as always. You're not going to be hearing about this anymore. This is, you know, this is basically me ending the whole saga, and you guys be the judge, whatever you see, you know, with your own eyes and your own discernment and your own gut instinct. So thank you for all the supporters. If you haven't done so, you want to subscribe, hit the red subscribe button below, and smash that like button if you guys want more daily live streams from the Red Pill on steroids. All right, guys, Chris Cantu, the Red Pill on steroids. We'll get you back tomorrow with another video. Peace.